All right, with that being 6 o'clock, we're gonna open up the meeting. There's only gonna be 3 members tonight. It's really nothing on the agenda. We have some continuations, the site plan review, special permit from NH Rose Incorporated. 835 Main Street.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have some reduced size plans. I got the full size and I have some reduced sizes.
Making some progress down there.
Trying to. All right, if I just set these up over here.
Yep.
Last meeting, we got additional information. Some of being building related and some on site plan related, trying to integrate, the site plan between the two buildings and the
For
parking.
the parking.
So we took a look at the thing and we're able to make some revisions and adjustments. Because I know one of the concerns that we had was additional curb cuts. So we were able to rework the parking plan to work within the existing curb cuts and not require any other disturbance of the existing entrance into the properties. So we ran the calculations for the parking or adjusted them, based on the two combined sites. And between the two sites, using the calculations, we needed a combined total of 24 parking spaces. And we were able to get in 25 spaces. So there's a additional space above the requirements for the in the zoning bylaws.
No, you can never have enough parking.
I don't see a dumpster location, is there?
Yeah, it's in the front, plan view, the bottom left
Oh,
corner. So essentially the layout would be that the front of 843 and then the corner of 835 would be the dedicated parking for 843. The parking for the new apartments in 835 is behind the building. And then everything around the front of 835 along the side is for the rental space and visitor and overflow.
and you will have assigned parking for the 8:30.
I can, it doesn't, didn't show it as a sign, but it's,
Alright.
if it's a requirement, if we need to assign, and that's not a problem.
Now, is there one dumpster for each?
There's gonna be one dumpster for both sites. And then there's just a 3D graphic image of what the.
I think looks good to me. Gail, any questions?
The only thing we didn't talk about is the sidewalk down Plain Street, down that corner. And I haven't looked too in detail at it, but it might be something we want to incorporate with this plan.
There's nothing on Plain Street now for.
There's nothing.
There's nothing there.
No, I know.
It's just
I'm-
that parking lot ends and then just.
It's a hill.
Right.
It's a
Down.
hill.
And there's plenty of room for a sidewalk there, is what I'm getting at.
Is there one across the street
No.
at AutoZone?
I
That
don't know
require
why we-
retaining wall. I mean, that's a slope. There's no flat land anywhere along there. That's all slope.
I'll take a look at that next time I'm down there.
Well, it drops right off
Yeah.
there. It does.
Can't really vote on this today anyway.
We can't vote on it tonight anyway, so we only have
So I
3
might go
members.
to the sidewalk. I mean, everything to me looked fine. I do want to see if we can stick a sidewalk in there.
Speaking of sidewalks, you're gonna replace all the sidewalks in front?
I hadn't planned on, disturbing the existing sidewalks.
You've been doing some work there and some of those are in really tough shape.
Yeah, well, we did disturb one to replace the water main coming in, and we redid that sidewalk, and then there's another half one that we do when National Grid decided where they wanted the service come in, so that one's being poured this week. So aside from that,
Is the town, is that on the list to get redone sidewalks down there?
I know asphalt full depth paving is getting done. I don't know the detail.
I thought I heard something that they were.
Well, that's what
They
the
were
other
gonna get
applicant
done.
was bitching about the fact that we want him to do it,
Yeah.
but he's gonna do it.
But I just think those sidewalks need attention.
Yeah, I'm
know
gonna have
it's
to look at that in more
DLG, but-
detail since we gotta wait for another meeting to vote on this, but, I need, I'll need your contact info. You have it, right? His contact information?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Everything else looks great. I just want to take a quick look at the sidewalk condition and stuff. I never thought to look at that closely.
Okay.
But the new building and construction, there should be no reason we can't get a sidewalk there.
Especially during the curb cuts and everything.
yeah, so there's no curb cuts that I have planned.
Well, for wherever your entrances are.
Yeah, well, their entrances are already
They're
there.
already there?
Yeah, they're already there.
Okay, that being a public hearing, any comment from the public? No, okay, guess we're just gonna have to continue
Back
this
in January.
next month. We can't vote on it. I'm
Yep.
sorry, we only have 3 members tonight, so
So
thank you for coming in.
back in January.
But motion to continue
Yes,
and a motion.
Second it.
all in favor.
Aye.
All right, with that being, the site plan review special permit for, Sarabha Patel, 271 High Street.
Good evening.
Sir.
I'm Ed Porzio. I'm the architect for the client, 265 Dutton Street, Lowell. Actually, I'm here to ask for an extension. The client is away,
Okay,
but I.
have we made, have we made any progress down there?
Well, he's been.
Since the last time
he's
we've
been
talked.
Looking into the question about the hydrant flow, and I know he's had spoken to the fire department and the public works, and I think right now he's actually looking for somebody who will do that test. I think that was one of the questions that came up. And also there was some talk with the handicap access board, because if we have 3 units, my understanding is 1 unit should be handicap accessible. And that's also, he also may go to 2 units instead, so that's one of the.
Okay,
things.
so we really haven't made any progress since the last time you've been in.
No, but I have started this narrative, which responds to some of the questions from the consulting engineer. And I'm just going to hand that in. It's not 100% complete, but should I hand?
If you would like, yeah, we could.
Sure. He might be able to talk to the fire chief and get a question on flow without having to go through a physical test, because that's happens quite a bit where they,
Yeah.
Have you talked to the fire chief about the water flow?
I did briefly, and he just basically said that, we're going to need
A test.
handicap. I'm going to need
Flow
sprinklers.
Yeah.
It'll have to be sprinkled, but he didn't say anything about the flow. In fact, I think he said, referred me to the public works. And this.
Because typically, they know if there's enough flow.
I don't think so. I'm gonna get into this
All right,
before.
maybe, yeah, neither.
I'm gonna get a copy of it. I didn't write down everything they said, just a general idea.
mean, we know there's flow there. There's no need for a test. Every building there has sprinklers.
No, not really.
Huh? But the ones that do have high flow. Then they're gonna, that, I don't get it, whatever. Yeah.
Right, it's a tight site. There's only 3 parking spaces we're talking about. He's not doing any changing to the landscape, to the grade. He's not changing the grade at all.
Okay, so are you gonna be able to have something definite next month when you come back?
Well, well, if the surveyor has to do more work, we sort of have to get a response on this, especially number 5, that has to do with, can we get a waiver? Do we have to formally apply for a waiver, since at least we consider this to be a minor site project? And again, we should know about that whole issue of the flow by then.
Okay. Well, if you don't have it by next month,
I'm gonna have to ask them to withdraw.
well, yes and no. I mean, if they've showed a little bit of,
No, all right, if they got more,
they've got a little
I
bit
get
of
it, yeah, yeah.
progress here. So I mean, you want to come back, if you have some answers for next month, come in. If you don't have any answers, you haven't made any progress, I'm gonna ask that you withdraw, because we're kind of spinning our wheels here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna
And
ask.
I
how
think you
many
can see
extensions-
that too.
All right. So if he does withdraw, can he in the future reapply?
Yes.
You have to,
Yes,
And
you can.
it's necessary to have a certain
There's-
amount
If you
of time.
withdraw, you withdraw without prejudice, so you could file another plan next month after you withdraw, you know, it's,
Mhm.
if
That's clear.
if this goes ahead and we vote on it, we vote it down, you're held up for 2 years before you can do anything,
I see, yeah.
so.
Okay, that's clear. Thank you.
Okay, so you're gonna request a continuance to next month?
For now, I will, yeah.
Okay.
all right, make a motion to continue, High Street to January 7th, 6 PM.
All in favor? Okay,
Okay, thank you.
that, moving on, with site plan review for special permit for Big Daddy LLC, 23 Coin Street. Just got a letter. Dear members of the Clinton Planning Board, on behalf of the owner applicant of Big Daddy Realty LLC, Topper Land Survey Incorporated requested continuance of the December 3rd, 2024 continued planning board public hearing for the above referenced property to the next meeting, public hearing date. So, if there's anybody here, they're requesting a continuance. The reason I asked them to come in last month to this meeting is because they've gone over the 90 days for the continuance thing, and they were supposed to come in and have something.
Right.
And they don't. Unfortunately, we don't have enough members to vote tonight, so.
That's what I was under the impression that he wanted this meeting to speak with, see what he could do with the abutters. No, he didn't show.
He didn't show me.
I'm gonna make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we continue this till the 7th of January at 6 PM with, point being that this is gonna be the last continuance that I will vote on without pulling a vote, and I think we should make that clear to the applicant in a letter. A certified letter that they should be here at the next meeting.
I second that.
All in favor?
So if he don't show up for the next meeting? You're
He
done.
doesn't show up for the next meeting. We should have enough members, we can vote on it, and How people will vote, I don't know, but it'll be voted on and
Right. Please don't wait for anybody's time, right? All right, Paul, thanks.
all right. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
With that, we have one informal from Jack's Mills, James Cunningham.
I fast.
Hi, how you guys doing?
What's up?
Thank you for allowing us to join you tonight. I'm Zaylee Alves, I'm the VP of Operations over at Cunningham Equities, filling in for James tonight. I'm hopeful that we can go over a little bit of a progress update for Jack's Mills 3 and talk about kind of next steps forward for James's Corner, specifically James's Corner demolition. For Jack's Mill 3 in the last several months and specifically last couple of weeks, we've made a fair amount of progress. We've got our rough MEP of inspections passed with our inspectors, as well as our life safety with Chief Lewis. We've also, in the last couple of weeks, made a number of exterior improvements to the site as well. Specifically, our drive lane line striping is coming in the next 2 weeks, and our landscaping strip will be completed in the next 2 weeks. During that time, I'd like to begin this process of selling all of the saleable equipment that we have at James's Corner, which I'm hoping that we can kind of roll right into demolition with. However, it's my understanding that there's been a little bit of back and forth and confusion about what you expect of us in order for us to get a demolition permit, and I'm hoping to clarify that tonight.
To one point, Mr. Chairman, that I'm very concerned about is the egress onto Church Street. They looked like, I know they were in communications with your abutter and you were trying to work things out, but you actually own that property, and I'm pretty sure, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that in the original was going to be shut off.
Mhm.
So no, and I will personally not didn't let you have, or the board, I'm asking it, unless that's completely shut off. I just disagree with it, sorry.
Sure.
That's my feeling.
I share your concern. I think that's a bad intersection. We've met with the fire chief, Kevin Bartlett at the DPW, as well as our neighbor, Franklin Hardy at Tyca. And the current working plan that I think all of those groups have agreed to, or they think that it works, is leaving that intersection open over the winter to allow for cars to drive through and the fire department to drive through in the event of an emergency. And in the spring, putting a big, beautiful tree right in that opening and closing that.
So you are gonna close it off?
We do intend to close that off, yes.
I mean, it's on the plans, I'm 99% sure.
It is.
And I've gone there several times and people are trying to get out there.
Sure.
I mean, I know you're not done.
Right.
But it kind of looks like you're waiting to see what happens.
No, it is our intention to close that in the spring.
Okay, all right, thank you.
In the meantime, this winter.
So, sorry to interrupt. So I had a meeting down there with James Franklin, probably about a month, maybe a little bit longer.
Mhm.
About, I thought we had come to the conclusion that they were gonna have a gate there. And there was gonna be a key fob, and Franklin was gonna have a key fob, and blah, blah, blah. So now that's changed again.
We have had several conversations with Franklin specifically since then. If you'd like us to have a gate, we can certainly do a gate. However, Franklin has also agreed that a big, beautiful tree would also do the trick for him, that he can enter in through
I
our.
think Franklin's concern, was that just to shut it off arbitrarily without him trying to inform his people.
Right.
Was an issue.
But
That's what I got out of here.
They can't shut it off now.
yes, you can.
No, let me.
I'm sorry.
They can't shut it off now because of the way the traffic flow is. It's supposed to come in down at the end of the building, come around, and the way people are parking with the construction on the last phase of it, they're blocking, so they don't have the motion to go through, you know? So
That's all fine, but for certificate of occupancy, it's gotta be shut off.
Okay.
Cause that was what was on the plan.
It was one way in, one way out. That's what it was.
I just wanna state that, that's how I feel.
Sure. I have a milestone schedule here that I can share with you guys for Jackson Hole Creek, as well as an inspection schedule that we reviewed with the building inspector, his name, Jim Salmon. You see on that milestone schedule that we have our exterior improvements, which include the completion of drive lanes. They also include flipping the parking spaces, which was recommended to us by Chief Lutz, and he requested that specifically by the 13th, which is the end of next week. At that point, we would like to have, we would like to keep the drive lane open to give Franklin's delivery drivers a little bit of time to adjust. By the time that we get our certificate of occupancies, which are currently scheduled for January 21st, although we all know it's gonna be end of January, early February, that would be closed off permanently.
That's fine, that's all I want to say.
When, on the third phase down here, when's your transformer from National Grid coming?
We, in the last 2 weeks have had the previous transformer demolished. We're now in the queue. However, with National Grid, it's just a little bit, it's in the air. We're unsure,
So-
but it's, we're planning
I
on.
think where I'm trying to go is that with this, are you gonna try to do something with some kind of temporary power where you're powering that part of the building from the other building? Or vice versa, trying to fire up some of the apartments to get them, people moved in, or?
We're not planning on having any temporary power. We are planning on having our permanent transformer be installed before January. The current lead time that we've been told by National Grid is 6 to 8 weeks. 2 weeks ago, so call it 4 to 6 weeks right now.
So realistically, you're not really gonna be looking for any demo permits for Union Street till you're 95% done there, so.
I think that's what she's asking is where in the,
What do we consider 95% done?
I consider it 95% done when the building inspector goes down there and tells us that it's 95% done.
Sure.
I mean, he's the guy who's on site.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Well, he moves back and forth with all the inspectors and the fire chief, so.
Yeah, I absolutely hear you. What I'm asking is if there's anything that we can do to get a limited interior demo permit before then. Specifically, our guys, our demolition guys who are not at Jackson Mill 3 right now, they're gonna be sitting on their hands all winter.
Well, that's not our problem.
Sure,
I mean, you
absolutely.
know what I mean, we went through this before, you know, it's not our problem. And, you know, and it was 95% done, 95% means 95%.
Mhm.
When you're done, you get that threshold, then we'll talk about it. You know?
what's the interior percentage wise now in your estimation?
I would estimate that we are about 75 to 80% complete. We have all of our rough inspections, with the exception of third floor rough mechanicals completed, as well as our light safety completed. We also have cabinets installed on the first floor, second floor is being installed next week. We've got doors going in, paints on the walls. Floorings scheduled for the end of the month.
So it may not, depending on power, be such a heavy lift to be read at that 95% mark for next meeting.
Correct, yeah, that is correct.
Yep.
See you next meeting, I guess. See where you're at, and if you're close, you're close. you know?
Sure. Is there anything specifically that you would feel confident saying is 95% complete? Any type of benchmark that I can share with our crew?
Yes, the chairman said.
Building inspector?
Building inspector, is the
Okay.
guy who has the number.
Great, sounds good.
Anything else?
I think that's all we've got.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate your
Alright.
time.
Thank you.
I went over the meetings from last month, the minutes, yeah. Yeah, pretty good. Making me to accept them.
I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from last month.
I second it.
All in favor?
And, just for the count, that light cannot be on. My eyes have a.
I can't even see
I
it, so
have serious eye problem.
I do too.
If they don't take that light off, we'll meet downstairs in the basement.
I do too.
I kind of like.
I'm ready to claim a disability.
I haven't because I'm going like this.
I like that hat. I like the light. Shine with the light.
So
All right,
this is my feeling, Mr. Chairman. I make a motion, we close the meeting.
Second.
all in favor?